Hello, friends. So I'm back with another episode of Before You AI, where I give you a no hype tour and first impressions of the latest AI tools and features, specifically for my friends in the L&D world. But look, any human can benefit from this. So today we are going to check out Claude Design, which I'm sure they'll probably change the name of later on. It's only been out a few days, and it's pretty much Anthropic's answer to Figma, Webflow, Lovable, and most design tools on the market. But look, before we get into all of this, I want to show you a finished product of a landing page that I built with Claude Design in less than 45 minutes. So you can see this here, and I think it's pretty damn incredible. So look, let me show you how to get started with Claude Design and how to build something just like this. Okay, so we're on our homepage of Claude Design. I am using this in my browser at the moment in time. It is not on my Claude desktop app. I don't know why. I'm sure there'll be something out there to let you know when it will be coming out on there. So how does this work? Basically, what this is an ability for you to build different design systems. So you can upload logos, graphics, documents, anything you want. And as you can see here, you can do loads of stuff. You can prototype stuff, you can build slide decks, you can use templates, you can chuck other stuff in there. So very quickly, on the right-hand side of my screen, you can see everything here from the recent things that I've done. There is a Learn About Claude Design quick tutorial, which I'd really encourage you to do because it's really going to help you out. There is designs that I have built, which I'm going to show you in a few moments. Examples are what other people have done. So there's loads on there to get inspiration from, and then design systems that you build as well. So when you first drop on, you will be asked to create your first design system. So for those of you who don't know, I have a weekly newsletter for L&D pros focused on educational and learning technology called Steal These Thoughts. So of course, I built the Steal These Thoughts design system, which we will go into now. So what a design system is basically just a collection of files that you can see here. So assets, the fonts, previews that I've built, UI kits, things that I've uploaded, and all of my documents here as well. And on the left-hand side, which I won't go through, but you can have a conversation with Claude to build all of this. So basically a design system is where Claude draws all of its information from to build any designs that you want. So you can see here, I've got all of my different toolkits and my newsletter. I have got the colors that I use, components, brand, all of this stuff that I've gone through step by step. So you can see here, these are the cards and call outs that I have in the newsletter on my website. All of this cool stuff that I can use for a multitude of designs. Evidently, I showed you the landing page not so long ago. So there's loads of stuff here in terms of how that looks. And you can see here as well, prototypes that I've also got for my newsletter too, that I use on a different platform with Beehive, but that's a conversation for another day. So the first thing that you need to do when you land on here is to build a design system. So my recommendation to you is make sure you have your company fonts, your logos, any color palettes, any kind of existing design kits that you've got, and load that all in. Then on the left-hand side of your screen, you can see here, you've got all these options for wireframe, high fidelity polish mockups, and you just need to create a project. So I already created a project, which I've got here, which is my lead magnet. So we'll just go on to here and then I will take you through this. So basically what I wanted to do was build a landing page for a new playbook that I have that people can download in a PDF. And basically all I've done is had a conversation with Claude and basically just said, create me a landing page for a new playbook that I'm building. It should be visually engaging and convince the viewer to input their email address to access the playbook. Otherwise, what is the point of the landing page, right? So you can see here, it's referencing the design system that I've given. It's referencing the PDF that people will be able to download to take in all of the brand assets from there as well. And you can see here some of the visual elements that I've asked for. Then you can see Claude working through this. So once it's done that, it has this area where Claude has some questions. So basically what happens is Claude will ask you a bunch of questions to help it give you a better output. And then you can see here all of the things that it has done, and eventually it will get you to a space like this here. Now you're able to do a bunch of stuff here. So you can see this element called tweaks, which is this bit here. So as part of my design, I basically said, hey, give me loads of different options that I can work through. So this one I've got a question, this one is just a default, this one is kind of like a bold claim that can be put in there that I can change there as well. I can change the CTA, so you can see here, it says send me the playbook. I can change that to get the free playbook. I can change that to download the copy. Loads of options for me to do that. I can also change the colors. So right now I have this kind of in a sage color. I can change that to slate. As you can see, it changes there. I can change that to, I kind of got there. I've changed those colors in the background as well. I've also put a short assessment in this here, so I can just switch that off if I want to, but I'm going to have that on because I want people to use that as well. Now, just like if you've used any of these other building platforms or vibe coding platforms as they're called, you have the capability to add in comments. So I could drop a comment anywhere and I can say, for example, you know, let's make this logo bigger here. So we'll just say make this logo bigger because it's way too small. I have burnt through my tokens today, so it's probably not going to do that because it's annoyed at me. But anyway, we'll see. I can edit. So what I'm able to do is make edits here. I can click on these different bits. I can just control all of these elements, do what I want here. This is really, really handy, like super, super simple. If you've used, like I say, tools like Figma, Workflow, all that kind of stuff, you'll be used to this. I can draw. So if I just want to draw on here and I want to say, hey, let's do something about that, I can draw here, I can tap to make a note, I can tell Claude what I want to do, but we'll just leave that for now. And then what I'm able to do is preview all of this, so I can either go full screen, I can go new tab, or present this here. So look, that is a quick first impressions. And look, I am very impressed by this. So like I say, I've been able to build this landing page pretty quickly, got lots of options. I'm going to be deploying this. It probably will already be deployed when you're watching this video, who knows, but it'll be available for users of my newsletter to interact with, to pick up this PDF, and it just looks so good. And that is what I'm really impressed about, especially being a non-designer. So look, as always, that is first impressions of Claude Design. Go and check it out. See what you think. Leave a comment on this video wherever you're watching it. I'd love to see what you're building. I'd love to see how you're finding it as well. And as always, I will talk to you in the next one. Ciao.